What's up, guys? It's Chris Saunders, winner of 2 fights in the BammaCage. My next fight, I'll be fighting for the title, 155, the 2nd of October, and yeah, about 6 weeks out right now, and I'm excited. I wish it was, next week or if not tomorrow. It's a huge fight for me, and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this fight. My last fight, I fight a taller guy. It was simple for me. I just had to find the math equation and get in the fight and find my range, which I felt like I did with the jab, being a shorter guy and not having to reach. I did a great job, thanks to my brother and, the Dutch style of kickboxing, oos. I was able to get inside, and, the guy was looking to take me down quite a bit, and, he was successful because I was looking to go for the guillotine too hard, whereas I should have sprawled out maybe, and like I did at the end, end up finishing the guillotine in the 2nd round. But I learned from that and think that I can take that with me into my next fight, and the things that I did wrong in the fight and correct them and go out there and win this title on the next one. Yeah, it's nice for the fact that I didn't come into the organization and get a direct title fight. I kind of proved my worth, and I win a quick fight, my first one, and I could have gotten a title fight after that. Instead I did a title eliminator, and I go out there and prove the same thing. So it's nice that I've had 2 fights and 2 wins under my belt, and more experience into the cage. To go ahead and look forward to this title fight. I've had title fights in the past, and it's no different for me for the training. People always comment on my conditioning in the first place anyways. I'm always in shape, I'm always ready to go. So not much is gonna change for this fight, I had one title fight where, 5-minute round, and it went to the 4th round and I TKO him. Why? Because I do have the gas, I have that special thing about me, and staying in the gym and working really hard. So it doesn't change much, and the longer this fight goes, the more chances go up in my favor. The card's gonna be stacked in my favor if it goes longer. So I'm not looking to go 3, 4, 5 rounds. I think there's too much dynamics in the fight, coming from my end on from what I bring into the cage and what Kevin brings into the cage, and I think somebody's gonna go to sleep, and it's not gonna be me. For my last fight, I didn't even realize that Kevin was even in the crowd until afterwards. Bamma bring him up into the cage for us to face off and things like that. I didn't really care too much, because on that night it was my moment, and on another night I will take care of Kevin Bostick. And yeah, that is just business, outside is good, but inside, we're going to fight. We're not playing checkers, and so this is what we're gonna do. And I'm ready for whatever in the fight. I train everything, and I consider myself a striker, but in that, you find that people want to take the shots to take you out of your element, but have good submissions. I have good takedown defense, so it's not easy to take me down. So as long as I'm training those things and like ground aspects to fighting, I feel comfortable in anywhere the fight goes. And then on the feet, I bring the kickboxing, that Moroccan magic, and look to knock your ass out. Yeah, I've been here at the Sweatshop for quite some time now, and my brother holds the pads for me, and we just have that chemistry to, he knows me inside out, the things I like, the things I don't, and we just run off of this. It's like he's thinking it, I do it, and vice versa. We're just on the same page, and I have my friend Brad, who owns the gym here. I'm able to bring people in. I also train with him, who's actually a guy who fought Kevin Bostick, who actually I cornered him when he made this fight with him, so he's somebody that I know well from, having cornered my friend Brad. So, I've been here and is good. I can feel comfortable to bring what I need in to adjust things for my fight, and it's worked good for me. Yeah, fighting for BAMMA USA has been good. You know, they've kept me busy. It's about to be my 3rd fight this year, and I'm ecstatic about that. I don't feel like myself if I'm not fighting. I've had some layoffs here and there in the past. Other shows fall through, I can't get on a card, opponents fall out, things like that. But BAMMA USA has kept me moving, and had a plan for me and to move forward to this goal. And I'm sitting right here in front of me with the title shot that was the goal. And you know, I'm very grateful for this. Alhamdulillah. I think about in this next fight, you know, and potentially the belt being wrapped around my waist, and you know, I get emotional. I'm a very emotional person behind the tattoos and the mean demeanor maybe in a fight or when I train, but I'm an emotional person, you know, and it would mean the world to me to have this belt. I've said in another interview before, I wanted this belt even when I wasn't even with the organization, because I thought it looked so cool, and to see how the organization promotes their champions and their fighters and things like that. You know, really, I can't wait to win this belt for my brother, my friends, my family, so they can enjoy it. You know, even right now I'm getting emotional because I feel like at this point in my life, I'm not fighting for me anymore. I'm fighting to make other people happy, and it's my pleasure to do it, that other people can live through me and see what I do and get inspiration from that. And yeah, I'm so happy to do it. Yeah, my goal right now and my focus for this fight is win by any means possible, but not just win. I need to finish, whether it's the submission or the KO. You know, I really like the KO and want to stand, but really at the end of the day, a win is a win and a finish is a finish. So if it comes by submission or it comes by the KO, you know, it's all good, and you have to be there for that opportunity and just take it. Yeah, after my last fight, you know, I win. It's a Friday night, and you know, thank God that I didn't have no injuries, because 2 days later, actually, I had a championship hockey game. You know, I love hockey, I love soccer. These are the things I grew up doing, and it was amazing. You know, I got the win. I'm gonna fight for the title. I know this in my head, and then on top of that, I have a hockey game, which, you know, I win the championship and actually scored 2 goals in the game winner in overtime. So it was a surreal weekend. You know, a lot of big things happened for me, and yeah, it was a crazy weekend. I think that the thing for me in the past was, you know, I was focused on too many things and worrying about this, maybe worrying about money or when I was gonna have another fight, or, you know, maybe worried about too many girls. You know, I like girls and they like me, but, you know, it clouded my mind. You know, and at this point, I'm not worried about these things. I'm trying every day to be a grown man, and you know, some days I struggle with this more than others, but I focused on fighting more. Everything else will come, whether it may be girls, money, things like that. As long as you stay true to yourself and 100% dedication to your sport, everything else will come. So you can't stress out about all these other things that you really don't have that much control over. You know, and I found that equal balance in my life to where now everything's come together, and I'm a very happy person mentally, which I didn't have before. I was maybe too angry and had all these other things going on in my head, whereas maybe the anger's still there when it comes to fight, but it's not there in normal day-to-day basis. So Blood Brothers Muay Thai is like a thing that I start with my brother. It actually started from I get a tattoo on my chest before I go to the Ultimate Fighter, because I'm very like close to my little brothers, Benjamin and Jonathan Saunders, and you know, they mean the world to me. So I felt like if I got this tattoo, that I was taking them with me to the show. And from there, it just kind of came into, we started teaching classes and things like that. Then it turned into, okay, we need a name. So it only seemed fitting. It's on my body too, Blood Brothers. And Blood Brothers Muay Thai / kickboxing was from there. And yeah, I love working with my brother Jonathan, and I love the fact like what he does with other fighters inside the gym, and to see him hold pads and like give his input. You know, even just having him watch videos of guys I'm gonna fight or guys that I look up to, and I say, damn, what the hell was that combination? And he breaks it down in less than a minute, and I'm like, I didn't saw that he even did like that, you know. So it's good to have him in my corner and have those extra pair of eyes that you know, he has very special eyes. So it's good to have him outside the cage and look in and give me the instructions. And for me, it's like playing a video game. I don't know, coach say, with me it's like playing a video game, because he calls it out and it's like he's sitting there playing UFC video game, because he calls it out and I'm gonna do it. You know, with all the extra media attention and you know, having to do interviews, I don't mind it. I've grown up. Before in the past I didn't like doing, but I understand this is what people want to see, and it helps them get a better feel for you. Also on social medias too, you know, they want to see what you do on a daily basis, you know, whether it be from fighting, training, hanging with your family, like the things that you do with your friends. These are all important things, you know. People want to see what is behind the fighter, because that's not just what you are, it's just a fighter. You're a person outside the cage, and you know, so I have no problem, you know, doing like the media stuff and things like that, because I want people to see who I am outside of fighting. Yeah, the extra attention, you know, definitely, you know, I, you know, helped with getting a supplement sponsorship. Everybody knows that in fighting or training or anything like that, you know, supplements can be expensive, you know, and CMP Performance, you know, is like worked for me my last 2 fights, and yeah, I made weight easy last time. This time's even better. I have a longer time that I've been working with them, and I'm in phenomenal shape. I'm in better shape than I am right now than I was at weigh-ins for my last fight, and I do believe it's because taking the supplements and things like that, not having to worry about, oh man, I'm gonna have to take out of my own check and go buy this, and I go buy supplements, you know. I have quality right now and I'm being backed by it, so it gives me more motivation, you know, that people believe in me, you know. So, you know, inshallah, maybe more sponsors will come from doing these things, and the extra attention, this is definitely welcomed. Yeah, so I feel good to working with BAMMA USA. It's my 3rd fight, and from my first fight, you know, they treat me just as much as they have right now. Just great to work with, easy to work with, made me feel comfortable, made me feel home, even before I had a fight, and here I am gonna go for the title, and that's never changed, you know. So it's a great thing that to work side by side to make you know, dreams come true. You know, mine is to win this title and, you know, do big things, and also them is to throw good shows, and, you know, working together to make this happen, you know. I really believe in this show, and I love this show. Oh, to be one of the belt holders and, you know, potentially be one of the face, or if not the face of BAMMA USA is something I'm ready for, you know. Like I'm an older person and things like that, but when I was younger, and even still now, you know, I look at people that I looked up to, you know, Barhari, you know, Jamal bin Sadiq, Mosab Amrani, you know, all Dutch Moroccan guys, you know, and like they handle the spotlight fine, you know, especially like looking up to like a guy like Barhari, you know, being the K1 champion and things like that, and doing such big things, and always wanting like this kind of thing for myself. And well, here's an opportunity, you know, and it's right in front of me. So to win this belt and kind of have that same persona behind me and that image would mean everything to me. I'd like to give a shout out to CMP Performance, Brett, BAMMA USA, everybody, JR, all these people that makes me feel good and you know, privileged and honored to fight for this show. My brother Johnny Saunders for always holding the mitts. My mom, my dad, love you guys. My best friends, Jimmy, Esteban, Tony, everybody who comes out supports me. The people from Trader Joe's too, that where I work at, they all come out, buy the tickets and support me. So I'm really thankful for this. And everybody else that follows me on Instagram, Twitter, things like that, thank you for the support. Hey, what's up guys, it's Chris Saunders, and I'm getting ready for yeah, the biggest fight of my career right now. Title fight, October 2nd at Commerce Casino. I hope everybody can tune in. If you can't be there, you can also buy it on pay-per-view. So yeah, make sure to catch it somehow, some way. It's gonna be a great fight. Oos.